Hi there. I wanted to do a little follow-up video of the last 2 live streams that I did to just share my experience, especially for anyone that is out there that's new to YouTube and is interested in live streaming themselves. So basically, I just wanted to say my biggest concern was making sure I had a phone signal, because I thought that once I went out into the nature, into the forest, maybe my phone wouldn't work, and it seems like I didn't have any sort of issue with getting a good phone signal. Part of the reason I'm doing a video like this today is to just kind of show you some scenery from around Washington State instead of you just watching me sit here and talk. I would like to make this more interesting for any new viewers that are watching me. So let's talk about the fact that the sound quality on my videos, my live stream videos, wasn't so great. This is because, like I said, I was out in nature, so I was picking up all the sounds of nature, the wind blowing, some traffic driving by. So basically, it was very hard to hear what I was saying, but I kind of didn't know that until after the video posted and I could go back and listen to it. So what I've decided from figuring that out is I've went ahead and I ordered a dedicated microphone. I'm hoping so that way if I use the microphone and kind of keep it up close while I'm talking, that maybe it will drown out some of the background sounds. I did order that online. I'm waiting for that to be shipped to me. So we'll see how that works out. There's some little quirks that I kind of learned about doing the live stream, and maybe because I'm new at it and it was only my first couple of live streams. But one thing I noticed is that so you do your whole live stream and then afterwards you go back and you want to watch it. And so when you go back to watch it, it's like it takes a while for YouTube to actually upload it or make it live for other people to watch it. This includes any of the live chat does not seem to appear. There seems to be maybe a 24-hour waiting period from the time that you end the live stream to when the live chat will actually appear on YouTube. So sometimes, while the live chat is happening and you're filming, you kind of don't always catch all the messages. So I wanted to go back and read the messages that I missed. But the point was that after the live stream posts, I couldn't read the messages. I had to wait for this so-called waiting period. Also, a lot of times YouTube will just kind of automatically pick a thumbnail from your video. Now, of course, you can add your own thumbnail, but waiting for the YouTube to just pick one, that also took about 24 hours as well. So anyone who was kind of like scrolling through their subscription feeds would have just seen kind of like a blank or black square instead of a thumbnail. And the chances of someone clicking on that, if they don't see a thumbnail, they might just scroll right past that because it's not attention grabbing, right? So that was one thing. So basically, it seems like in that first 24 hours, usually when people are scrolling through their subscription feed, they're looking for whatever the latest video is that somebody posted. And if you've kind of like fallen into this black hole where basically your video, it doesn't have a thumbnail, it's not fully uploaded, where it doesn't even have the live chat, I feel like sometimes people are just going to ignore that. They're going to scroll right past it. And, unless someone goes looking for it, they're basically just not going to randomly click on your video. So like I said, these are probably just some quirks of YouTube, but it's something I kind of like learned the hard way. Sometimes you have to do a few live streams to realize this is kind of how YouTube works. And so when I mentioned before that sometimes if somebody says something in the comments that is maybe inappropriate, YouTube will flag that comment for you to basically approve it or delete it. And I noticed that when I was doing the live stream, I got a couple of pop-ups telling me that a comment had been held for review. So I really didn't know if they were saying something good or something bad, who knows? So, I was waiting for that live stream to finally post, because after I had finished it, I still had to wait a good 15 hours before I could go back and see what the comments were. And one of the comments in particular was someone had used a bunch of emojis. And I guess apparently YouTube doesn't like that. Maybe they consider that to be spamming the chat. So that message wasn't shown to people, that YouTube had hidden it. So that's something I guess to keep in mind if you happen to be a live chatter and you want to just send some emojis, some happy faces, some hearts to someone, and you think you're being kind. Well, it turns out YouTube doesn't like that, and they'll hold your comment for review. And then nobody actually sees the comments, meaning other people in live chat don't see it, and maybe even the person streaming doesn't see it, like I didn't see it until well after the fact. I couldn't even respond to the person to say, hey, thanks for leaving that nice comment. But, you know, that's kind of how it goes. So like I said, I'm just doing a really quick video here, kind of showing you some scenes of nature, some scenes of what it's like living here in Seattle, Washington. And I just thought I would share my experience doing this YouTube live streaming.